Hello learners, myself Professor Monali Mahajan from Computer Engineering Department, K.K. Wagh Institute of Engineering Education and Research, Nashik. Today we will see one of the topic of high performance computing, that is algorithm for parallel formulation of sparse graph. So lecture. This is the agenda of the today's lecture. First, we will see what are the objectives and outcomes of this lecture. After that, we will see sparse graph. Then we will see how to find out maximal independent set. Then we will see one of the algorithm that is used for the parallel formulation of sparse graph, that is Lubis randomized maximal independent set algorithm. And then we will see shared address space parallel formulation for Lubis algorithm. Now, let us see what are the objectives and outcome of today's lecture. So, objectives of today's lecture is to address parallel formulation of sparse graphs, then to find maximal independent sets using Lubis algorithm, and to study parallel formulation of Lubis algorithm. After going through this lecture, learners will be able to apply Lubis algorithm to analyze various applications of parallel computing. So before starting with the parallel formulation of sparse graphs, let us see first what is sparse graph. That is, as we all aware that property of sparse graph is number of edges is much smaller than the square of number of vertices. So as you can see in this figure, that is number of edges, that is edges connecting these two nodes, is much smaller than the number of vertices. For example, here 3 and more number of nodes are there, but the number of edges are less than the v square. E is number of edges and v is the vertices. So here also you can note the vertices. These are the vertices and the number of edges are much smaller than the vertices. So this is the property of the sparse graph. Now finding a maximal independent set. So this is required for parallel computations in various applications. So consider a problem of finding a maximal independent set of vertices of a graph. In the next slide, we will see one problem. Assume a sparse undirected graph G having V as number of vertices and E as number of edges. A set of vertices I is subset of V is called independent if no pair of vertices in I is connected via an edge G. So independent set is if no pair of vertices I is connected via an edge in G. And independent set is called now maximal. Before we have seen what is independent set, and now we will see what is maximal. So an independent set is called maximal if by including any other vertex not in I, the independent property is violated. So this is maximal independent set. This maximal independent set of vertices can be used to determine which computations can be done in parallel in certain types of task graphs. For example, these MIS, that is maximal independent sets, can be used to determine the set of rows that can be factored concurrently in parallel incomplete factorization algorithms and to compute a coloring of a graph in a parallel. So graph is used in many applications. So to compute a coloring of a graph in parallel, then incomplete concurrent execution in parallel incomplete factorization algorithms. These are the examples where a maximal independent set can be used. So as I have mentioned in the previous slide, we will see the example of maximal independent set. So the simplest class of algorithm starts by initially setting I to be empty. So initially I is empty and assigning all vertices to a set C. And set C acts as a candidate set of vertices for inclusion in I. Then the algorithm proceeds by repeatedly moving a vertex V from C into I. I repeat, algorithm proceeds repeatedly by moving a vertex V from candidate set into I and removing all the vertices that are adjacent to V from C. And this process terminates when C becomes empty, in which case I is the maximal independent set. So C is the candidate set and I is the maximal independent set. Let us see now one example with graph. So here one graph is shown as you can see here A, B, C, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, E, F, I and J. So here this is entire graph and graph is denoted with the A, B, C, D up to J. So here candidate set is a set that is having all the vertices. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, E, H, I and J. E is repeated as the random assignment is done. Now as we can see here, the maximal independent sets are not unique. I repeat, maximal independent sets are not unique. One graph may have multiple maximal independent sets. One I have calculated over here. Now in this diagram or in this graph, suppose A is selected. Now A is selected, therefore in I have included the A. Now what is the next step to find out the maximal independent set? From the candidate set, you have to remove all vertices that are adjacent to A. So which are the vertices that are adjacent to A? That is B and E, adjacent to A. Therefore what are struck out? That is B and E. After that, now suppose I have selected C. Therefore here C is included here. Now after inclusion of C, what are the vertices that are adjacent to the C? B, E and H. Therefore B is already removed. Then E is to be removed, that is another E. Therefore this E is removed and H is also removed. So H is also removed. Now after that, suppose I have selected the D and D is included in I. Now which are the vertices that are adjacent to the this B, which is already struck out, E, this is also already removed. Then the other two vertices G and E, among that this E is also removed. So what is remaining? G. So we will remove G from the candidate set. Now after that, suppose F is selected. Now F is included in maximal independent set. So which are the vertices adjacent to F? E and I. This E is already removed. So what is remaining to remove? That is I. Now I is removed. So now all these vertices are covered. What is the last vertex that is remaining? That is J. Therefore we will include that in our maximal independent set. So this is the way how maximal independent sets are calculated, and they are multiple for the given graphs. So one of the maximal independent set that I have shown over here is that is A, C, D, F and J. Now let us see parallel maximal independent set algorithm. Even though the above algorithm is very simple, it is not suited for the parallel processing as it is serial in nature. For this reason, the parallel MIS algorithms are usually based on the randomized algorithm originally developed by the Luby for computing a coloring of a graph. Using Luby's algorithm, a maximal independent set I of vertices V, a graph is computed in an incremental fashion. So let us see in the next slide how Luby's algorithm works. So these are the steps in Luby's randomized algorithm, which is used for parallel formulation of maximal independent sets. So set I is initially empty. So initially I is empty, and the set of candidate vertices is having all the vertices of graph. So I is empty and C is the candidate set having all the vertices of graph. Then the second step is a unique random number is assigned to each vertex in C. So this is most important step, that is a unique random number is assigned to each vertex in C, and if a vertex has random number that is smaller than all the random numbers adjacent to it,
then it is included in I. So I repeat, whenever a random number is assigned to each vertex in C, then whichever vertex has a random number that is smaller than all the random numbers adjacent to vertices, it is included in I. The set C is updated so that all the vertices that were selected for inclusion in I and their adjacent vertices are removed from it. So after selecting that vertex, all adjacent vertices are removed from the candidate C. Now the above steps of the random number assignment and vertex selection are repeated for the vertices that are left in a C, and I is augmented similarly. So again C will be formed and again I will be calculated. This incremental augmentation of I ends when candidate set becomes empty. So whenever C becomes empty, this algorithm will stop. On the average, this algorithm converges after O of log V such augmentation steps. So now let us see the Lubis randomized algorithm with an example. So here graph is shown that you can observe over here and having number of vertices. So in this graph, what is the first step in a Lubis randomized algorithm? First step is to write C, that is candidate set. So random numbers are assigned to all the nodes in a graph, all the vertices in a graph, and now the candidate set is written. So C is equal to all the vertices, that is 1, 2, 7, 13, 9, 0, 15, 3, 6, 14, 15, 10, 8, 4 and 12. So all these vertices are included in a candidate set. Okay. You can observe in a graph that as it is a random assignment to the vertices, some of the vertices may get the repeated value or the repeated assignment. Some of the vertices, it may possible that some of the vertices may get the repeated assignment. Now, after forming the candidate set, what is the next step is selecting a vertex that is having its adjacent vertices greater than itself. So, suppose we have selected 1. That is 1 is selected first. Why we are selecting 1 over here? Because if you can observe, all the adjacent vertices are greater than 1. 1 is selected, and which are the adjacent vertices to the 1? 2, 7 and 13. 2, 7 and 13 are greater than 1. Therefore, 1 is selected. Now, as I have mentioned here, adjacent to 1 are 2, 7, 13, which are greater than 1. And now they are to be removed from the candidate set. Therefore, 1 we have selected, which are the adjacent to the 1, 2, 7 and 13. Now, the remaining candidate set is this much. Okay, 9 to 12. So, this to be written as it is as the new candidate set. After that, 9 cannot be selected from the new candidate set. Why 9 cannot be selected? You can observe here. That is, adjacent to the 9 are 2, 0 and 15. What you can note down here? That is, all adjacent vertices are not greater than 9 because 2 and 0 are less than 9. Therefore, 9 cannot be included in candidate set. I repeat, adjacent to the 9 are 2, 0 and 15. Among these three, 2 and 0 are not greater than 9. Therefore, 9 cannot be included or 9 cannot be selected in maximal independent set. Now, after 9, the next vertex is or the next node is 0. So, 0 is selected now. Now 0 is selected. Why 0 is allowed to be selected? Because as you can note down here, adjacent to 0. Now which are the adjacent to the 0? 13, 3, 7, 9 and 6.
what is the property? Adjacent vertices should be greater than the selected. So as we can see here, all the adjacent vertices to the 0 are greater than 0. Therefore, 0 can be included in maximal independent set I. I repeat, 0 is selected because all adjacent vertices are greater than 0. Therefore, 0 is now selected, and after selecting 0, adjacent to it are 9, 13, 7, 3 and 6, among which 2 are already removed, 13 and 7. Therefore, remove now 9, 3 and 6 there with 0. Therefore, after this, the new candidate set is C is equal to 15, 11, 14, 15, 10, 8, 4 and 12, as which 3 are newly removed, 9, 3 and 6. Now from this candidate set, again we will select the vertex which is having adjacent vertices greater than it. So among these vertices cannot be selected, that is 15, 11, 14, 15, 10 and 8. Why? Because adjacent to 10 are not greater. Therefore, this cannot be selected. As you can observe here, one of the example 15. Adjacent to 15 are 9 and 14. Both are less. Therefore, 15 cannot be selected. 11. Again adjacent to 11 are 15, 10, 3 and 7. Therefore, 11 also cannot be selected. Similarly, 14, 6 is less, not selected. 15, that is this 15 cannot be selected because 10, 11, 8 less than 15. 10 cannot be selected, 8 is less, and 8 cannot be selected because 4 is less. So I have explained you why these all vertices are not selected. So which is the remaining vertex that is to be selected among by skipping this, that is 4. Therefore 4 is selected from the candidate set. Now 4 is selected and adjacent to 4 are 8, 10, 6 and 12. All are greater than 4. Therefore 4 is selected and this 12, 6, 8 and 10 to be removed from the candidate set C. Therefore these are removed, that is 12, 8, 6 is already removed and the 10. So which is the new candidate set that is formed? C is equal to 15, 11, 14 and 15. So this is the new candidate set that is formed. Now among these 15, 11, 14 and 15, that is which candidate set? Which are the vertices? So here 14, 11, 15 and 15. As you can observe here, 15 adjacent to 15 are 9 and 14 which are not greater. Adjacent to 11 are 10, 3, 7 which are also not greater. 15, 10, 11, 8 which is also not greater. 14, 6, 12 which is also not greater. So this is the first, after the first random assignment, this is the final candidate set that we have received. Now again we have to do the second random assignment for this particular candidate set and again repeat the same steps. So let us see, now let us do the random assignment for these 4 vertices 15, 11, 14 and 15. So which are the vertices that we got from the first random assignment in a maximal independent set? That are 1, 0 and 4. So these are shown as an independent set. And which were the vertices that are remaining in a candidate set? That were 15, 14, 11 and 15. So random assignment is to be done for these 4 remaining vertices. So 15 is having assigned a value as 0, 14 as 1, 11 as again the same 11 and 15 as 15. So this is the second random assignment that is done to complete this, to completely find out the maximal independent set. So after doing this second random assignment, we have to repeat the steps again. So as we can see here, I have shown in a red color, that is first independent set that we have found out. And after second random assignment, the new values are 0, 1, 11 and 15. Here any random numbers can be generated. So new numbers are 0, 1, 11 and 15. So after first random assignment, C was 15, 11, 14 and 15, and assign this as a second random assignment as 0, 11, 1 and 15. Now repeat the same procedure, that is find out the adjacent vertices from the C which is having the greater adjacent vertices. So 0 is selected first. Now 0 is selected. Why? Because adjacent to 0 is 1 which is greater than 0. Therefore 0 can be included in I. Similarly 11 is selected because adjacent to 11 is 15 which is greater than 11. Therefore new maximal independent set that we have got after the second random assignment is 0 and 11, that is 0 and 11. So adjacent to 0 is 1 which is 1 greater than 1, and adjacent to 11 is 15 which is greater than 15. So two more vertices are now being there in a maximal independent set, 0 and 11. So this is a final maximal independent set that is shown in this diagram, where after first assignment I is 1, 0 and 4 that I have shown in red color, and after the second random assignment I is 0 and 11. So this is the way how Lubit's algorithm works. Here second random assignment is shown 0, 1, 11 and 15, and from this 4 the next independent set is obtained, that is 0 and 11. So this particular diagram which is shown in red and blue vertices, that shows the final maximal independent set using Lubit's algorithm. Now we will see shared address space parallel formulation of Lubit's algorithm. So how it can be implemented is, let I be an array of size number of vertices, and at the termination I of that is will store 1 if the vertex Vi is a part of the MIS, otherwise 0. So whichever vertices are selected, for that 1 will be stored. Initially all the elements in I are set to 0. During each iteration of Lubit's algorithm, sum of the entries of that array will be changed to 1, as mentioned in the previous step. Let C be an array of size V, that is candidate set. During the course of the algorithm, C of I is 1 if vertex Vi is a part of candidate set, or 0 otherwise. So if vertex is a part of candidate set, it will be marked as a 1, else it is 0. And initially all the elements in our C are set to 1. Finally, let R be an array of size that stores the random numbers assigned to each vertex. Then, during each iteration, the C is logically partitioned among P processes. So, as you can see in this graph, C will be, that is candidate set C, which is having all the vertices, will be partitioned among the P processes. Each process will generate a random number for its assigned vertex C. So, suppose C is partition among the 3 processes, then P1, P2, P3 will generate a random number assigned vertices from C. When all processes will finish generating these random numbers, they proceed to determine which vertices can be included in I. So this is the most important point, that is how it is parallelly done. So number of vertices will be assigned to the processes, that is P1, P2, P3, and then these processes will generate the random numbers for the number of vertices assigned to them, and they will proceed to determine which vertices can be included in I. So this is how parallel formulation will work. Number of processes will work in a parallel to find out the maximal independent set. In particular, for each vertex assigned to them, the processes will check if the random assigned number assigned to it is smaller than the random number assigned to all adjacent vertices. As I have mentioned, suppose 3 processes are there for this particular graph, P1, P2 and P3. So these 3 processes will check which is the vertex which is having numbers that are greater than the adjacent vertex. So the job is divided now the number of processes. If it is true, then corresponding entry in the R is set to 1. Because now array R is shared and can be addressed by all the processes. So R array is shared by all the processes and can be accessed by all the processes, determining whether or not a particular vertex can be included in I or not. And array C, that is candidate set, can also updated in following fashion. How? Each process, as soon as it determines that a particular vertex V will be a part of I, will be set to 0 and entries of C corresponding to its adjacent vertices. So whenever processes will determine the particular vertex V be a part of I, it will set to 0 the entry in the C and its adjacent vertices. So C will be marked as 0 whenever P has selected the vertex and adjacent vertices to it. So this is how the parallel formulation of Luby's algorithm can be done. So in a summary, the entire graph will be shared or logically partitioned among the processes, P processes, and these P processes will generate random numbers and they will proceed to determine which vertices to be included in maximal independent set or not. Okay, so this is the way how the parallel formulation of sparse graph can be done. So in today's lecture, we have studied what is sparse graph and then what is maximal independent set and then Luby's algorithm to find out the maximal independent set and then how parallelly the Luby's algorithm can be implemented. Thank you.